his bicycle clips, and his unseemly addiction to the Guardian crossword puzzle. Cordelia stood outside the house now, some distance away at the corner. The challenge was to get back inside without Edwin seeing her. The trouble was, he could be sitting or standing in direct line of sight of any of the downstairs windows, or much worse, might actually be outdoors. Cordelia's heart sank at the thought. Edwin outdoors. In the garden, or perhaps in the entranceway. He could be pretty much anywhere depending on the time of day and the available light, working on his beloved bicycle. Edwin had a special kind of steel frame device for working on his bike. Of course he did. The frame looked like a cruelly emaciated robot on which the bicycle could be mounted, the starving robot clutching it, making the bike easier to repair or maintain or pimp, or whatever stupid boring things stupid boring Edwin did with his stupid boring bicycle. Cordelia eased forward on the pavement. She might be fretting for nothing. She couldn't actually see any sign of Edwin outside the house. But at this distance, and at this angle, Cordelia's view wasn't ideal, and there were a number of places where Edwin and his reprehensible bicycle frame could be lurking in concealment. She couldn't see enough of the front garden, and to see more, she would need to get nearer and put herself in a position to be reciprocally spotted by the alfresco cycle mechanic. The hypothetical alfresco cycle mechanic. Cordelia hesitated. Get nearer and potentially expose her presence to Edwin? Or wait? But wait for what? And she didn't have much time. Cordelia realised that she was fondling the pen like some kind of talisman. She put it away and checked the time again. If she got into the house now and set to work, everything would be fine. Wait any longer and things would begin to get problematical. Really quite problematical. Cordelia hesitated. Should she make a dash for it? There was no sign of rain bottle. That was promising. There was no way Edwin would be outside except in the company of his dog, and vice versa. Rainbottle was a rather agreeable auburn mutt. Perhaps in a bid for camouflage, he was approximately the same colour as his master's cherished corduroys, ash brown. The dog was certainly much preferable to the owner. But Rainbottle was disposed to lying quietly dormant, out of sight but vigilant, his tail occasionally swatting back and forth while, from concealment, he watched his master tenderly ministering to his cherished velocipede. The dog worshipping the man worshipping the bicycle. So just because there was no sign of either of them, there was no guarantee they weren't there. Shit. Cordelia needed to make a decision and a move. She had to move now. But if Edwin spotted her... And then Cordelia saw the cat. It was next door's Ginger Tom, somnolent and surly, and much given to taking a dump in Edwin's rose beds. Clever little cat. It had just emerged from under the gate of next door, oozing its corpulent form beneath the wrought iron structure with impressive ease, and then making a beeline for Edwin's house and those very rose beds. Cordelia moved forward with matching swiftness, jubilant, silently thanking the crafty little crapper. There was no way this providential puss would approach their house if Rainbottle was outside. And if the dog was indoors, then so was Edwin. The two were inseparable, dog virtually invisible against those trousers. Which just left the windows to worry about. Being spotted from the windows. Cordelia darted forward, ducking into the concealment of the waist-high whitewashed wall at the front of the house. She was bent down because if she straightened up, she would be clearly visible to any potential Edwin in any downstairs room. But straighten up she must. Cordelia raised herself with judicial caution to peer over the lip of the low wall. Edwin wasn't in the front room, so the coast was clear. Cordelia got up and opened the gate, a pale green wooden thing with an Art Deco sunrise carved into it. The hinges of the gate tended to squeak.